Greetings, this is September 7th and it's 6 p.m. and if there's one thing a wildfire does not appreciate, it's cooler weather, and the cooler weather is coming. Viewer Paul was kind enough to send me an alert. Highway 24 is closed. That's 17 kilometers east of Highway 97 all the way to the Horse Lake Road. That means there may be increased activity on the northern flank of the Elephant Hill wildfire, and that alert came in just after 3 p.m. this afternoon. If I go to Drive BC and click on the Sheridan cam, it's combining with that overcast sky. It doesn't look like there's smoke in the foreground or anything, but it is very dense. And if we go over to the Beto Tree cam, yes, a lot of that particulate fog in the air right now. And if you look to the left-hand portion of your screen, I'm seeing some of those orange clouds. Those are an indicator of a wildfire. So there is probably activity going on in the north, and if we look at the BC wildfire bulletins, and it's in the links below, we can see that crews will be working on a control line from Tin Cup Lake all the way up to Jack Frost, over to Sheraton, and then down to the Rayfield River Valley. They are also advising of an atmospheric inversion that's causing a lot of smoke and haze in the area. Conservation officers and RCMP are going to be patrolling Sheridan and Green Lake for people, and they'll be moving structural personnel around to protect different properties and sensitive areas. Also, Brigade Creek and southeast of High Heam towards Chartrand continuing to be a headache area. They are putting out flare-ups, and there will be smoldering going on in that region. We can also access the new perimeter map. This is for September 7th from the BC Wildfire Service. And there are areas within the fire perimeter that have been rescinded, so you want to check the Caribou Regional District, the TNRD, and get their latest evacuation maps, because that'll tell you if an area has been put under alert. And we've zoomed into the central portion of the fire zone, and I'd like to draw your attention to that extension on the eastern side of this flank at High Heam, moving towards Chartrand Lake. That looks like an addition. I'm going to have to review whether or not there's been extensions towards Egan Lake. We can see a revised shape around the north portion towards Highway 24. So that's in the links below. Keep checking them, because new updates come along from the BC Wildfire Service and the regional districts. I'd like to look at the northern portion of the fire flank on the NRC data. This is using the M3 hotspot system. We are looking at the last 12 hours up to 3:41 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And I am seeing a hotspot southwest of Jack Frost Lake. That's the top approximately center of your screen. There's also 3 more hotspots. They're about 2.5 kilometers northeast of Watch Lake, and I am noticing 2 new hotspots in the Tin Cup Lake area to the north, where crews have been doing a controlled burn. We're going to click on the 24-hour map, and now we can see all the activity as displayed by this system. And I'm seeing a lot of random isolated hotspots, groups of patterning or potentially control strategies in the center. And if we turn on the perimeter map, I can see where these outliers are extending past this graphic and where the potential volatility is occurring. We're going to take a look at the MODIS system now, and this is data that came in last night, and it's to revisit this red hotspot at the top of the screen that's southwest of Jim Lake, and that came in at 11:34 p.m. Now we'll go to the VWIRS system for today. This is through the Lance NASA link below, and we are seeing that activity. I'm looking to see whether it's stretching to the northwest. We can see Lone Butte in the top left portion of your screen, Sheridan's in the top right, and Watch Lakes at the bottom of the screen. We're not seeing a full picture of what's on the ground. We're seeing kind of the fringe areas that may not be obscured by smoke or cloud. So this gives us another indication of where that volatility is and how it's been striving to reach northwards, and this may also combine what crews are doing to tighten up this control line in the area and moving south towards Green Lake. So because of this intensity and activity, keep a tab open on Dry BC and you'll get the latest notification on when there's road closures or when these may be rescinded. We're going to switch over to windy now, and you can see this split in the weather. There's a trough that's going over the plateau, and wind on the right hand side to the east is coming from the south, and wind on the left hand side is coming already from the northwest. So the shift is happening. We're currently looking at 6 kilometers an hour coming from the south around the Young Lake area, and the wind speed should actually slow down quite a bit as this moves around and starts to come from the north. But then on Saturday, early in the morning, it looks to shift again and come from the south, and it could be increasing velocity up to 14 kilometers an hour, gusts at 30 or potentially above. So something to watch for, as well as this precipitation that is supposed to be on the way. And in the future, cooling. If we were 30 degrees today, it could be 15 degrees in the mid-afternoon in just a few days. So you might want to pull out a jacket. So please be safe, everyone. The weather is changing, the wind is shifting, and we want to be very aware of the fire behavior. Check the bulletins and alerts, and I'll be back as soon as I have new information. Thank you very much for watching.